Hi there, my name is Philip Becken, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And of course, you're going to want to know when new videos drop because it's another day and another beloved part of my childhood. Another thing that I cherish and I love dearly is being ripped away from me, taken from me, and raped and murdered in front of me brutally by for no reason other than corporate greed and gain. So, what's the part of my childhood that's being ripped away from me and murdered before we did today? It's, of course, the Wombles. The Wombles are lovely teddy bear creatures from the 1970s. Well, I know from the 1970s TV show. Let's have a quick look at them. Look at them. They're so lovely. Who would besmirch and defile the Wombles? These beautiful, beautiful little teddy bear creatures. Well, we're going to be talking about that in a minute. I've been doing a deep dive into the Wombles today, by the way. I found this great website called tidybag.uk. Everything you could ever want to know about the Wombles is right there. But before we get there, if you like your independent voices here on YouTube, or even if you just kind of like mine, if you're going to consider hitting that subscribe button, thank you so much. That is so incredibly helpful. I'd like to show you my appreciation. I give stuff away every week here on this channel. You like stuff, I like stuff, we all like stuff. So the stuff I'm giving away this week is Doctor Who, The Visitation, a story from, what, 1982? I think 82, 83. Starring Peter Davison, written by Eric Saywood. I think it's one of his better scripts. It's a special edition, tons of extras. Go and look at the video notes. It'll give you all the instructions on what you need to do to win it, so you don't have to try and decipher what's coming out my mush mouth. But essentially, you need to subscribe to the channel. Subscribing is the very important part from my perspective. So subscribe to the channel, and then leave the comment with the hashtag FireFire. Hashtag FireFire. We'll do the prize draw on Sunday, March 15th when I'm on the TARDIS zone. And we do the prize draws each week. Also, if there's a download for a Doctor Who audio story from the 1980s, there, starring Nicholas Briggs. Nicholas Briggs does the voice of the Daleks now, but then he was the Doctor. I think it was the Daleks also in that story as well. It's a fan-made story by a group called Audio Visuals that grew up to become Big Finish, that do fantastic audio production. So this is free. Download, enjoy, check out the video notes. It has all the information you could possibly need. So, okay, let's talk about the Wombles. The Wombles were this lovely children TV show in the 70s. I think it was stop motion. It was like you had these, like, again, let's look at them because they're so much fun. These lovely little teddy bear creatures. And what they would do is they had kind of an ecological message. They would pick up anything that humans threw away and they would reuse it. So again, I think it fits very timely into the insanity of the age, but it can be done quite nicely if not done by morons. Aha! I think we hit the problem there. If not done by morons, unfortunately, it is being done by morons. So what happened was the Wombles was it was actually a music group. Mike Batt, I think. Well, yeah, Mike Batt had half ownership of the Wombles, and then Elizabeth Beresford, who did the children's books, the Wombles, had also owned it. And it was this massive, phenomenal sensation in the 70s. Let's have a look, do a little bit more looking at. Here's some more pictures of Wombles because they're so cute. Who doesn't love Wombles? It had this great theme tune. Underground, oh the ground, wombling free. The Wombles of Wimbledon, common are we? You know, it wasn't until I was singing that to myself this morning that I realised. I used to think they were saying the Wombles of Wimbledon. We are the Wombles of Wimbledon. Common are we? Well, there's lots of us. Not common as in oiks, but common. But no, they're the Wombles of Wimbledon Common. Wimbledon Common is a place. Okay, so it's funny. It's funny what you think about when you when you start thinking about it again. So yeah, that's the Wombles. Apparently, a few years ago, they were trying to bring them back, and it was very, very authentic to the original Wombles. It was computer generated, but they did 2 episodes. I saw them; look fantastic. It starred Ray Winston. Ray Winston, perhaps one of the greatest living Englishmen to do the voice of it. Perfect casting. And in the 70s, he also had a part of the success of it was due to this chap, Bernard Cribbins, national treasure, Bernard Cribbins. Who doesn't love Bernard Cribbins? I'm sure Doctor Who fans know Bernard Cribbins from known from Doctor Who. We all fell in love with him when he had that final adventure with David Tennant, and David Tennant heroically sacrificed himself to save Bernard Cribbins. He looks lovely in this picture because I'm sure I've never met him, but I'm sure he is lovely. He used to have this show in England in the 70s called Jack and Norrie, where he would just read stories to you. So, like, my entire generation loves Bernard Cribbins. And Bernard Cribbins was apparently going to be in the 2016, revival of it. But then the guy Mike Batt ran out of money and needed to be bailed out by an unscrupulous businessman who what's the name? I can't remember the name of the guy. But he got this guy unscrupulous swooped in and did this like really disgusting version of the Wombles that has no clue what the Wombles are. So let's have a look at the. Well, firstly, this is Bernard Cribbins. You know, Bernard Cribbins is the the spiritual voice of what the Wombles are. So what's the spiritual voice for the Wombles in 2020? What's going to warm our cockles of our heart to get this message of environmentalism? What's going to make us happy and warm and feel all nice and warm and throbby inside? So who's the face of that? Yes. That's the face of that. She's back. Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg, if you don't know, is a child with at least 3 mental disorders. She's autistic. She has selective muteness, and she has Asperger's syndrome. And she's been cynically used by a extreme left wing lobby to destroy capitalism. And they say, look, you got to destroy capitalism because it's science. You don't care about the children, and that's what they use it for. And they really don't care about her many mental disorders. So let's have another look at her just to see. Now, does that look like a face of a crazy person to you? Does that? Kind of does to me. But this is the spiritual inspiration for the Wombles 2020. This, again, this, and not this. Lovely Bernard Cribbins, or no, crazy child being cynically used. And so what do these new Wombles look like? Oh dear. Yes, they've blacked up a Womble. they've literally blacked up a Womble. I can't think of anything more vile. And I saw the animation. It's like this cheap animation that doesn't understand what the Wombles are. Let's have a quick look through them. And the one thing that's very important for this 2020 Wombles is they are diverse. So you see, it doesn't matter that the Wombles were originally had orange skin and grey fur and weren't human. That doesn't matter. They've got to be diverse now, because if people... my computer just wants to go back to it because it's so reviled by... you see, if people don't see an identical copy of their skin tone in whatever they're watching, they're going to get scared and run away, and you don't want to scare people off and make them run away. Okay, get this off the screen. It's horrible. So one of the first things I came across when I was researching. Oh, by the way, thank you for Ben Permit. Ben Permit. Okay, I'll close my Facebook page. Thank you to Ben Permit. I'm pretty sure that's him who sent me information about this that I then had to look into and was horrified about what I found. So thanks, I guess. So one of the first things I found was a clip from Good Morning Britain with Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid talking to a panel about why the Wombles need to be biodiverse, and they're asking, look, these are non-humans with orange skin and grey fur. Why do we need to black them up? And so we had a young lady on there who was on The Apprentice, and she was talking about how important it is for children to be able to see themselves in their cultural icons. And this young lady was 24 years old. She was on again. She was on The Apprentice. I can't remember her name. Joanna sang or other. Oh, and she was stunning. Okay, this woman was freaking stunning. She was so stunning that I was almost distracted by the intense stupidity coming out of her mouth. See, this is the deal that if you're 24, you really don't know. You really don't have much of a say in what children need, because it takes about a 15-year investment of hands-on parenting of multiple children, I would say, before you have an idea about what children are and what children need. And that I understand. You have some talking points about what you think children want and what you think children need. But no, you only know it from the reality. And you need that investment of time, and without it, you're a moron. See, here's the thing that 24-year-olds don't understand. They think, a 24-year-old will look at a 10-year-old and go, well, I got 14 years of more life experience than this 10-year-old. This 10-year-old's not really going to have much, insight to tell me. So what they don't understand is that gulf of maturity doesn't shrink down as you get older. So, like, a 35-year-old will look at a 25-year-old and go, well, that person's a moron. They don't know anything. And then, a 45-year-old, which is roughly where I am, will look at a 35-year-old and go, well, you don't really know anything. No, but when you're 40, when you hit your mid-40s, at least I did, I kind of got to the age where I realized that older people than me probably knew more stuff than me. So yeah, I didn't rush to lecture them. So really, that's a really good tip on what to do. Fine. So let's dive into what these new Wombles are and read their agonizing press release, which says literally, it's like bingo for everything wrong you could possibly say. They say in this. Fine. The Wombles, the much-loved children characters from the 1970s, have come out of hibernation to spread their positive message of local environmentalism. No, they haven't. They've come out of hibernation because an unscrupulous businessman wanted to cynically use the current day buzzwords of environmentalism and glob on to the affection that people of my generation have for the Wombles so they can sell their crap in this like cheap, disgusting version of it that they've made. And it really is just cheap and disgusting. It's so horrible, and like again, you don't need to know anything more other than they're making them diverse. Making orange creatures diverse. Here's the thing I really want to say to the person making. I wish I could remember the guy's name. Just like, why can't I understand the 2020 has a different sensibilities than 1972. I understand we have different sensibilities, but why take the stuff from the 1970s to express the sensibilities of today? Why not make up some of your own thing? Make something up new. Make up your own little teddy bear creatures. Make something up new and like have it organic. But no, you've got to steal something that is beloved from the past. And you know why you're doing it? Because you're lazy. You won't put that 10, 15 years into building up a brand, building up a property, building up a story that makes it beloved. You want the instant fix, and it never works. It never, ever works because you're clueless about what it is that you're trying to do. I mean, listen, the Jodie Whittaker Christian on Doctor Who is exactly that story. Completely clueless about what it is, and he's still using it to shoehorn in the obscene agenda, I will call it. Fine, the characters will be given a CGI makeover. And they are awful. As part of a major relaunch that aims to inspire and mobilize a new generation of environmental enthusiasts, in parentheses, to give them their money. The hashtag Wombles Wanted. A hashtag Wombles Wanted advertising campaign is encouraging members of the public to adopt a positive Wombles-style behavior from recycling to reusing and refurbishing old items rather than sending them to a landfill. And again, that's sensibilities I can really get behind. I'm like, that's what made the Wombles so lovely. They just looked at humans like they were kind of silly that they threw away these things. You see, but no, I don't think the people making this generation Wombles are going to have the skill to be able to tell an endearing story. Why don't I? Because I'm reading this. The Wombles are also being used to promote Keep Britain Tidy's Great British Spring Clean, the country's great mass action environmental campaign, which takes place from March 20th to April 13th. So it's so incredibly important that they they're going to spend 23 days on it. Okay. Now, so 23 days, that sounds like a major commitment of time. This will be the first in a series of initiatives supported by the Wombles to encourage us all to pay them to cynically grab our money, to encourage all of us to do more for our local environment in 2020, from recycling and collecting litter to reusing and refurbishing old items rather than sending them to a landfill. Didn't I just read that? The CGI characters that have been developed by the Wombles creative team. I think the word creative team is a bit of a stretch. These things are terrible. With a new, bring a new look, with a new dimension and contemporary feel to the characters without changing the classic look. They do change the classic look. Okay, one sec. We've got to go back to the pictures again. They do change the classic look and really terrible. Like, you see, let me see if I can zoom in on this. Part of their stupidity is they gave the Womble mouths. That doesn't seem like a big deal to you. This is probably a transgendered Womble. Now, if you look at the original Wombles, they didn't have mouths. It was one of the cutest things. When they ate something, they used to like just put it under their snout. The little snout went, a little twitch to the head. It was so freaking cute. And you didn't see them. That was part of their charm. Oh God, it's so freaking stupid. It's so stupid. It really hurts my head. So fine. So the CGI Gives each Womble, including the classic characters, Orinoco, Great Uncle, Bulgaria, Madame Chalet, Alderney, I don't remember Alderney, Tobermory, Wellington, Bungo, and Tomsk, a full range of emotions and the ability to talk. They always had the ability to talk. Well, have you never seen this show before? They didn't just sat around and go, No, they always had the ability to talk, idiots. A new series of scripts balancing the important environmental messages with the playful fun that made the Wombles so popular is underdeveloped. Really? Okay, so what? Do you think they're going to pull that off? Do you think they're going to pull it off? I don't think they're going to pull it off. I don't think they're going to get that balance between important environmental message and fun. I think they're going to have boring lecturing. Again, look at Doctor Who. Which they can't balance their important messaging with fun. It's going to be preachy, boring, and dull, and it's not. And I really hope it's going to lose this guy money, but it's not, because he has too much money to fail. The team behind the Wombles is in discussion with major studio partners and streaming partners about bringing the original eco-warriors. They were never eco-warriors. The Wombles were never eco-warriors. Look. Once again, look at the picture again. Shall we look at the picture again? Does that look like an eco-warrior to you? No. They're lovely teddy bear creatures. They're not eco-warriors. They're not shaving their heads or dyeing their hair purple. None of them are talking about Trump. These are not eco-warriors. Bring it back to our screens in the near future. The enduring appeal of the Wombles is demonstrated in numerous Womble groups that have formed around the country in recent years to champion local environmental action. Yes, which are now going to be completely shat upon by this disgusting display. Okay, so here's this paragraph. We finally get the reason why this businessman came in and swooped in and bought them. A consumer poll conducted by the Radio Times in 2014 included the Wombles in a list of the top 10 most popular BBC TV children's characters of all time. And that's the reason. That's the reason right there where the guy swooped in to buy them. Daniel Avner, Chief Executive of MDR Brand Management. Now, nothing says, like a commitment to authentic Wombles than MDR Brand Management, has been appointed to handle the brand extension. Oh, God, all these words make me want to vomit as I say them. And the commercial partnerships program for the Wombles said, the Wombles were the original eco-warriors. No, they weren't, idiot! And thanks to the original TV series, many were inspired to take a greater interest in environment. You know what that meant? We didn't litter. Yeah, that's what that's the practical ramifications of Wombles had. We didn't litter, and it was nice. It was nice. Given the challenges facing the planet today, oh God! So how long before we have the Me Too storyline as the Wombles shave their heads against Donald Trump? It's the perfect time for companies and brands to leverage such iconic family characters. Okay, if anybody ever says leverage such iconic iconic family. So if anybody says the words to leverage such an iconic family of characters to build a positive platform, if anybody ever says that in your presence, here's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get a sock. Get a sock, fill it up with your own human excrement, okay? Let it sit for a couple of days so it gets harder, right? Let it sit for a couple of days. Take the sock right now, twiddle it so you've got a little bit of thing you can grab onto it. Go to the guy who said that and slap him in the face with a sock over and over and over again and say, no, don't do that. That's the correct. And look, this is not me speaking it. This is me as as a rabbi saying this. This is what you need to do. Oh God, reuse and rethink. We live the world in daily basis. Oh God, why? Why? You know what? Money. They think they're going to make money, but they're idiots and they're not going to make money. Well, please don't bastardize the Wombles. But they're going to do it. It's going to happen, and the BBC are going to love it because they're going to be so diverse. Let's look at that blacked up Womble again. How do we get on this? They're going to be okay. Lovely teddy bear creatures of the 1970s. Makes your heart warm. Okay, not so much kind of exploitative, disgusting, cheap throwaway. Horrible, generic, awful crap, which I guess is what it's going to be. So there you go, that's the Wombles, another one down. My name's Mila Peckham, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share and subscribe and ring that little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. What's going to happen tomorrow? I don't know, maybe Bill and Ben, the Flowerpot Men, are going to be doing gay porn. Who knows what they're going to be doing tomorrow? Stick with me and we'll find out together.